I mean, we got Village and Pillage. Why not Combat and Cobalt?
Why not Combat and Cobalt?
We'll come back to that. On April 23rd, 2019, Mojang released the Village and Pillage official trailer to the Minecraft YouTube channel. Pretty simply, the video looked fun, with smooth animation, fun music, an interesting way of explaining what the update was about, and showing off a ton of cool features. Mojang really pulled out all the stops for this video. It was really cool seeing such a clean animation on the channel. If Mojang is known for one thing in their animation department though, it's that they put a lot of detail and a lot of effort into their work, and for the more observant people, maybe they put a little more than they initially expected. Watch this clip right here. Did you see it? Don't worry, because we did. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So what did you miss? Well, let's replay that clip really quickly. A bunch of pillagers come out of nowhere, there's some fighting and throwing of swords, a pillager captain jumps into the air and then gets shot, and then celebration and stop. Right there. If this were a cheesy science fiction show, then I would say enhance, but for this case, we'll just pan and crop. This villager obviously throws redstone, but then bluestone? In reality, no item looks like that in the game except for redstone, and considering we can see that there is red-colored redstone in this clip, that is undoubtedly blue. I don't think it's an animation error. It's blue. You want to know how blue it is? Well, here's the hex code, 001958. So what does that mean? Well, let's replay the flashback from the beginning of the video, but then give some more context. I could also see them, alongside upgrading combat, upgrading caves or the nether as well. This would be the perfect time for them to add new ores or items into the game that we could use for our arsenal when using these new crafting blocks. I mean, we got Village and Pillage. Why not Combat and Cobalt? Seriously, this update has the potential to be huge, and we're not even scratching the surface with this video. Pause. Combat and Cobalt. On March 18th, 2019, myself and Michaelmcchill posted a video to the channel where we gave our theories on some wording that Mojang released, stating that the fletching table and the smithing table would be held from 1.14 and would be used in the quote-unquote the next major themed update. From there, we had ideas. Combat and Cobalt would be the combination of two of Minecraft's most lacking features as of current in one giant update similar to the Village and Pillage update. Not only are we desperately needing changes to fighting, but caves need new additions as well. And if I'm being honest, I think we may have cracked the code here. So let's start where we need to. The fletching table and smithing table are obviously getting held back, as 1.14 is out and they actually have zero functionality, aside from being used as a villager workstation. But that doesn't explain the bluestone in the video. If this is just a regular old joke, then okay, that's fine. But if there's anything to glean from this, we want to try. If Mojang announces a cave and combat update, we don't want to regret not making this video, so let's try to do it. When Michaelmcchill wrote the words Combat and Cobalt down for a script, all he knew was that it was an element on the periodic table and that it could be found in the ground. It rolled off the tongue, so that's why he chose it. He also wanted to reference Mojang's other game, Cobalt, so there was that as well. Little did he know, looking it up when we found out that bluestone was shown in the trailer, and remembering that Cobalt in real life was blue, we found a few interesting things. One, it's blue, duh. 2, it can be in a powdered form. And 3, it can conduct electricity. So there you go. While the villager may not be throwing bluestone, he might just be throwing redstone's new sister wiring system, Cobalt. While obviously the powdered form of Cobalt probably can't conduct electricity in quite the same vein as its transitional metal form, obviously Minecraft is a fantasy game. Just roll with it. Cobalt would make way more sense than a magical red powder that you find in the ground. Game logic is kind of okay to break sometimes. Just like sand within furnaces, there is a process to making glass for windows in real life. It's not just heating up a ton of sand in a furnace and saying, here's a window. There's a ton more that it takes in real life. So I think we can break a few rules here, but we can't just leave it there. So obviously, our hopes are that Mojang fleshes out combat more than the current system that we have in place. While I obviously don't think that it's going to be as exaggerated as it was in the Village and Pillage trailer, I do think that changes are necessary going forward. Saving the fletching table and smithing table was a slightly genius part on Mojang's part. They gave us a huge teaser for the future, which means they're officially going to get more opinions than ever, and they haven't even announced anything yet. Putting an idea in people's heads is a really good idea. Obviously, Mojang is thinking hard about combat right now, and they have been for quite a while. Saving the smithing table and fletching table could add a ton to Minecraft. While items like wood, stone, iron, gold, and diamond tools should probably stay craftable in the general 3x3 crafting grid, having the smithing table could really add new variations to items if they were to create new ores. Cobalt is just the start, in my opinion. Think about it. New redstone that could either work in tandem with the pre-existing circuitry or could work alongside it would be pretty awesome. New tools, items, weapons, armor, and more would also be pretty cool. Again, it doesn't have to stop there. You want to know another thing that Cobalt is? It's magnetic. Think about pistons, but in reverse. Instead of pushing blocks, maybe you can pull certain types of blocks like irons upwards of 4 blocks away from its source location. Cobalt could be the catalyst to attracting new ideas. There's tons of potential here, and if we deny it, I think we could make a huge mistake. Even if we're wrong, I think that this is pretty amazing food for thought. If Mojang genuinely messed up in the animation and it wasn't meant to be blue, well, maybe this could still spark some cool conversation. As far as bluestone goes, Mumbo Jumbo did an entire video on the idea back in the day on April Fool's Day, utilizing activator rails and a texture pack. And honestly, his ideas were solid, even though he used a lot of camera trickery to get the effect. One of his fans later created a mod featuring bluestone dust that looked like redstone, acted like redstone, but didn't connect to redstone. With Cobalt, redstone could do a lot more than it does now. We already did a video on caves and mining, covering everything from biomes, mob spawning, crystalline caves, and way more. While we don't think mining should ever be more complicated than just swinging your pickaxe at a wall, we do think that improving the underground in Minecraft could be very important, if not vital, to the game's future. Mojang has done a ton of huge updates in the past few years, and I don't say that loosely. When they want to, they change everything they can that comes in contact with whatever they're messing with. Oceans, completely different in 1.13. Villages, changed almost entirely in 1.14. Mojang has killed it as of recently, and in my opinion, caves should be next, and if combat comes alongside it, I couldn't be happier. Mojang, if you need a name, take Combat and Cobalt. Michaelmcchill and I don't mind one bit. I'll even sign off on that. We'll be ecstatic if we do actually see it announced anywhere. And if it was an animation error, then it was still fun to at least dream about it. And if we want that dream to become a reality, well, let's take that conversation to the feedback website, which will be linked in the description of this video. But before you go to the feedback website and give Mojang your actual opinion, let's talk for a second. Yes, this is the outro, but this is also where I'm wanting your genuine reactions. What do you think about this idea? Do you want a combat update? Do you want a cave update? Is this something that Mojang should consider and even combine, like the village and pillage aspects of that update? If so, tell me in the comment section why. If not, do the same. I genuinely want to know. But other than that, that just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself and Michaelmcchill, who co-wrote and edited this video, the channel, and the video quite a lot. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.